Then the Lord said to Moses, I will rain down bread from heaven for you. The people are to go out each day and gather enough for that day. In this way, I will test them and see whether they will follow my instructions. So here we go. Here's another test. On the 6th day, they are to prepare what they bring in, and that is to be twice as much as they gather on the other days. Yeah, so basically God confirms he's going to bring the food. Sure enough, that evening quail came and covered the camp. In the morning, there was a layer of dew around the camp. When the dew was gone, thin flakes like frost on the ground appeared on the desert floor. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, what is it? For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, it is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. Here's another test, right? Moses said to them, no one is to keep any of it until morning. But some of them paid no attention. They just straight up did not care. They kept part of it until morning, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. So again, you have to understand the context here. You have to see this from their perspective. They were starving. The Israelites were really, really hungry. And finally, a miracle happens and food appears. So this could be like a blessing from God, like shows up. They're thinking, oh my gosh, like we almost starved. Finally, here's food. And Moses is telling us, don't store up any of it? Like use it all up? What? No, I'm gonna try to store up as much as I can to play it safe. Like I don't wanna be in a state of need again. I don't wanna be in a state of desperation. So I'm gonna accumulate as much as I can here so that, you know, if God like stops giving me food for a period of time again, then I have this stored up food and I'll be okay. Humans have a natural innate desire for security, for comfort, for stability. God was not letting them have that because God wanted them to learn trust and reliance on him. This was another test where, you know, Moses was telling them, don't store any of it till morning. So if they had true faith and reliance on God and they respected God, they'd be like, okay, this is God's command. You know, God through Moses is telling us, don't store any of it till morning. So we're not gonna store any of it till morning. That means we're not gonna have any food tomorrow. So we might get starving again, but that's God's will. If that's what he told us to do, that's what I'm gonna do. If God provides, great. If he doesn't, you know, so be it. That's what God told us to do. I'm gonna be obedient. But then you have the other people who's like, heck that, you know, I want my food. I don't want to starve again. So I'm gonna accumulate as much as I can, even if God told me not to do that. Well, they failed the test. Bread, the manna that they kept was full of maggots and began to smell in the morning for the people who kept it till then. So we need to make sure that we trust in God and we have faith in him, even when things are uncomfortable, and that we don't value our own stability and security over doing what God tells us to do. And that's hard. That's really hard. That's something I struggle with as well. But that is what we need to do. We need to genuinely have faith and trust in him. Like it says in Hebrews 11, without faith, it is impossible to please God.